Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Friday Fight Night. My name is Darren Jacobs, and that is Big Willie, dressed as Santa for the evening, and I'd imagine until Christmas is over. Clearly in the Christmas spirit here tonight. That's a very convincing costume from the television champion, but he's out here tonight to start tonight's show off. We're not quite sure what for, but he's starting this off, and he's in the festive spirit at least. And that belt around his waist has been there for a while after his dominating victory against the original Brad. Let's see what he has to say here tonight. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. It's Big Santa here to bring you all some gifts. And my gift to all you is a title match. That's right, I'm offering to anyone backstage who wants a TV title for Christmas to step in the ring and fight me for it. I'm dying for a challenge, and I will get one. So whoever you are, get out here now. Well, an open challenge has been issued, but look who's answered the call. Returning to the ring for the first time in a while, it's Wilson Woodward. Back in in-ring action here tonight. It has been quite some time since we've seen this man compete. And he is here tonight to claim a television championship opportunity. A big chance here tonight for Wilson Woodward to propel himself forward if he can capitalize on this opportunity here tonight. Well, I guess the referee's going to get ready to get this one on the way. Big Willie versus Wilson Woodward. Wait, what? Wait. Another one? We got two people coming down to the ring. We've got someone else making his way down to the ring, and is this about to be a triple threat for the title? Well, this has definitely put Big Willie in a disadvantage, but he did say that the door was open to anyone to fight for the title, and I guess that these people have taken it literally, because now down to the ring, making his way down for his, I believe, second opportunity for the television championship. Lost in an open challenge previously, but the question is, can he capitalize on this opportunity? The Demon is here. PJ McNair has also answered the open challenge. And look at this, in very Christmassy colours as well, in the red and white. He's also in the Christmas spirit tonight. And of course, I reckon more people will be in the Christmas spirit in the next episode when it's closer to Christmas for them. But the Demon has also answered the call of the television champion, and he wants a chance at the title. Well, this is what they're fighting for, the television championship on the line here tonight. And Big Willie might have just accepted more than he can take on at once. He's only done one-on-one defenses, yet to win in triple threat. But let's see if he can do it here tonight. Oh, look at this, straight out the gate, a Hurricane Rana. And look at this, oh no, McNair's got caught taunting. He might be made to pay for that. Look at this, running powerbomb. Look at the impact. Let's look at this on the replay. Massive impact off the running powerbomb from Big Willie. And now once again turning his attention to Wilson Woodward. Chucks him in the corner, hang on a minute. Gets McNair up as well. Guess was just getting him out of the way. Look at this. He's got them both in the corner now. And what's he thinking here? He's got them both. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. What's he doing? No way. Both of them up on the shoulders. Look at the strength of Big Willie as he just marches them around the ring. It just drops them both down. Massive impact. We haven't seen anything like this in WIW so far. Look at that again. Massive dominating display there of strength from the television champion, who's now going to go for the cover on McNair. And I think it's safe to say that he's just retained the television championship in spectacular fashion. That is one way to win. I love how he managed to keep the fake beard on the entire time as well. But a big win for him here tonight, the television champion, offering this opportunity to these two as a Christmas present to them. Unfortunately, they were unable to cash in on the opportunity that presented itself to them. What a way to start tonight's show, and that's only the beginning of tonight's show. We've got plenty more action to go, so let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, that was an unusual start to the show. Big Willie in a Santa costume, beating people up. Well, the beating people up bit hasn't changed much, but we do need to carry on down the show, as we do. And we have a tag team match for you next up tonight, with the tag team division getting smaller in size due to John Cutter and El Murica departing ways quite recently, as I'm sure some of you would have seen the conclusion of that at Wolfpack in the Outback. Unfortunately, they weren't able to patch up their friendship, and therefore the general manager has requested that KO Oxley and Carter James try one more time to have a tag team run. We still don't quite know their opinions on the whole tag team situation, but as far as we can tell, of course, they won't be too happy from their first outing as a tag team suffering a defeat. But now they have a chance to redeem themselves, and they've got tough competition to do that, though. That is the problem. All of these tag teams are literally top of the range tag teams. You're not going to get an easy job here in any of the tag team divisions. But Carter James and KO Oxley, they both exploded onto the scene. Very similar moves, very similar style of wrestling, and that's why the general manager saw them as such a good fit. Unfortunately, they couldn't convert that into a first tag team win, but can they do that here tonight as they team again? KO Oxley already down to the ring, bringing down Carter James, his tag team partner. Now, Carter James still technically without a victory in WIW, of course, losing his first ever match to KO Oxley. But now Carter James forging an alliance potentially with KO Oxley. We still don't know the extent of their friendship. We know that GM's putting these matches together, but we don't know whether these two are on the same page or whether or not they have, whether or not they're just literally being forged into these matches and the general manager is just making them do it. We don't know what the extent of their relationship is. I will have to find out, do a bit of investigating myself. But for Carter James and KO Oxley, they look like a promising team. They have the makings of it. They just need to work together and build that trust and build that tag team momentum to try and really push in the tag team division. And with the loss of another tag team, there is definitely spaces for people to go and contend for tag titles. The Wolfpack are always open for a challenge. If Carter James and KO Oxley can prove to be just that, then maybe they could be looking for tag titles down the line. But someone who's looking for tag titles at the next pay-per-view, it is the Chaos Twins. Jason and Tyler Chaos coming down here to face KO Oxley and Carter James tonight. Call it a warm-up match, if you will, for them, because they are getting ready to take on the tag team champions in the Wolfpack, and they're going to need a lot of preparation to do that. The Wolfpack are also having a match tonight. They'll be facing the Vikings of Destiny, who the Chaos Twins have already knocked off in the main event tonight. But for Jason and Tyler, tonight's about proving themselves, getting a warm-up in. But for Carter and Oxley, it's about seeing where they lie in the tag division and whether or not it's worth giving it a tag run. And it looks like KO Oxley once again is going to start for Oxley and Carter and James. But looks like, I think that was Jason Chaos that started the match off. I didn't quite see. Yep, Jason Chaos going to start us off. And Jason becoming the lead man, really, for the Chaos Twins. Starts majority of the matches. But you tend to find it's Tyler Chaos that does a bit more of the damage in the matchup. So look at this, forcing him onto the ropes here early. KO Oxley with his back against the ropes, trying to push him off. The ref's having to separate them, though. And KO Oxley's just going to let it happen, because now he can capitalize. There's a kick to the gut. Spins him around with the force of that punch and into a suplex. The KO Oxley, of course, won in singles competition, lost in tag competition. This is his third outing out, and it's another tag match. And you must think that if he doesn't come up with a victory after this match, that this dude's going to be looking for some singles glory. He's a tough competitor, but he's been partnered with Carter James due to their similarities, and we're always looking for similars to work together. You know, I know they say opposites attract, but in tag team division, that doesn't always pan out to be true. And a lovely bit of tag team work there from the Chaos Twins as Jason Chaos comes into the ring. And now look at this. There we go. There's a beautiful springboard to follow. And the aerial abilities and the agility and speed of the Chaos Twins is what helped get the victory over the Vikings of Destiny, which earned them the opportunity at the Fight Night Tag Team titles in the first place. They were teaming with Trevor Jackson, but Trevor Jackson did not get involved. He's going to come out later on tonight to give his opinions on that. But as far as I'm aware, he's just happy to get the Vikings of Destiny out of their way. And look, KO Oxley trying to fight himself out of the corner here Might want to consider making a tag, but look at this. Oh, mate, might have been looking for that backstabber powerbomb, but a big counter there by Jason Chaos. And now, going to get him to the corner again, just trying to maybe tag out here, get himself out of trouble. He does. In comes Carter James for the first time into this match, and a lovely bit of tag team work there. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Already, after their second outing, starting to work a bit better together as a team, and Carter James going straight to work with flips and a springboard elbow drop. Not wasting any time here to get himself warmed up in this matchup. And that's what we like to see, KO Oxley and Carter James. See, I said that a bit more time and these two could be a polished tag team. And already they're starting to look a lot better here as they take on a harder challenge in the Chaos Twins. And now look at this, the elbows to the top of the head, right on top of the skull. KO Oxley and Carter James, as I mentioned, just trying to find a place here in WIW. And if they can establish themselves as a tag team, I don't see the tag team title push being quite out of reach. Oh, look at this, tried to surprise him there, Jason Chaos, but couldn't quite do it. Carter James in complete control since being tagged in. He's doing very well here tonight. And a kick to the back of the head. Oh, excuse me. And now, being picked up. Oh, no. Thought he was going to pick him up. No, instead it's going to wrench away on the net. Carter James just trying to keep control here, and that's a wise tactic. Last time out, Oxley and James, they had spells of momentum, but could not establish control. Look at that, tried to spin him around there, but a big counter there by Jason Chaos. And look at the power behind that chop. Beautifully placed chop there, and now he's going to go for the suplex and connects. And Carter James now starting to lose the control that he established as he came in, as Jason Chaos starting to wear down the back. Might want to consider tagging out here, Jason Chaos. He's taking a few hits here, Jason. But now in control, and now going to wrench away on the neck of Carter James. Bit of payback coming to fruition there. And look at this, taking the time to taunt while Carter James trying to get his feet back in a Hurricane Rana he's met with as he does. And Jason Chaos clearly sensing the control here, taking even the time to taunt before progressing forward. And now look at this, tries to get out of the way, but the Whisper in the Wind connects. And Carter James is in a lot of trouble. Irish whip to the corner again. What's Jason got planned for him this time? Just stares him down. He's taking his time. He knows he has the control for the moment, but you don't want to let that slip. Look at this from the top. Springboard Hurricane Rana. And Jason Chaos going to taunt again. He knows he's in control, but Carter James might be able to slip away and make the tag if he can. He does. Tag. In comes Oxley. Can Oxley capitalize? No, Jason just shrugs him off. And that might have left him vulnerable. Maybe that's what the Chaos Twins were planning, because the other one's rolled out of harm's way. The Chaos Twins ready to put this one away. Chaos to Chaos. And into the cover. The referee begins the count, and he kicks out. Kicks out at 2 there. The resiliency from KO Oxley. And now into another cover. Just trying to make sure that it was definitely a 1 count. It was more than a 2 count, but it only got a 1 count that time round, and KO Oxley survives. And now look at this, trying to build some momentum off the kick out. And now a big chop. It's got him stunned on the ropes. Looking to take him to the outside, and he does. And KO Oxley, I thought it was done there with the Chaos to Chaos, but once again, able to survive and carries on the fight now. And now in the legal man, trying to step up as Carter James did a fair bit of damage to Jason Chaos. So can they re-establish the control that they started to slip away from just at the very end there? Oh, look at that beautiful move. And picking him up again. Jason Chaos in a bit of trouble here. What's he thinking? Might be looking for it. Backstabber powerbomb. The backstabber powerbomb. Straight into the cover goes KO Oxley. Is that going to be enough to put away the Chaos Twin? No, it's a 2 count. And the Chaos didn't work, and the backstabber didn't work either. Tag made, and now maybe Carter James might try the backstabber. That really would just break the back. And now look at this, spins him around. Oh, what's he thinking instead? Spins him around, kill switch. Beautiful move there. And straight away, looking to tag maybe. No, going to taunt in his corner. Because the control has definitely changed here. Oh, look at this. Trying to crawl back to his corner. Carter James trying to stop him in his tracks. but couldn't quite grab him, and now he does. And big counter and into a miniature DDT. And now once again just trying to crawl to make the tag to his partner. It looks like Carter James is going to let him. He wants Tyler in the ring. Oh, look at this. Oh, the pop-up punch. Pop-up punch. He got caught with it. Trying to shake it off, though. Oh, it's Jason in the ring. I could have sworn that Tyler was that Jason was the legal man. Whatever. Anyway, the Chaos Twins. That's the problem with twins. You can't tell them apart. Don't hate me, Chaos Twins. I know you do. Anyway, Carter James was trying to keep control, and he did so well. They thought they were going to have a head of steam as they charged at him, but then the pop-up punch really coming in clutch there, and now Carter James is trying to keep control. Jason just doesn't know what to do. Oh, but look at this. The shots, that's giving him an opening to progress, and now some more shots to the top of the head. Oh, look at this. A bit of showboating here. Oh, and he busted him open with the power of that punch. But look at this. Carter James, like a Terminator, just gets back up, shakes off that punch. Wasn't even phased by it. And now, looking for another kill switch. Slap bang in the middle of the ring. Might want to tag out here. That would be a wise decision. Or maybe he's got something else planned. No, he does tag. KO Oxley in again. And Carter James and KO Oxley with a much better tag team showing on their second run out on the field. And now look at this. And this has got to be worrying signs for the Chaos Twins. If they do walk out the losers of this match, especially when they've got a tag team title opportunity knocking on their door in a couple of weeks, they need to be prepared and ready. And he might need to make the tag. Here he does. Bit of tag team work now as Tyler comes back into the ring. And now Tyler Chaos can work on KO Oxley following a double team. Look at this. Bit of strength on display here. A deadlift suplex. Beautiful work there. Now KO Oxley in a bit of trouble. Oh, but managing to save himself there. And now picking himself up. Oh, look at this. Tried to spin him around maybe again. Couldn't quite do it. And now sending him to the corner, Tyler Chaos. This is not where KO Oxley wants to be. Tag made. Are they going for it again? Yes, they are for the second time to Oxley. Chaos to Chaos. Straight into the cover. And the Chaos Twins again. No! He kicked out again. He can't believe it. So they've gone for another cover. Straight into another one. Has this one done it? No, it's still only a 2 count. KO Oxley showing the heart of the warrior. Look at this. Just back to his feet. A massive shot to Chaos. And now look at this. 2 Chaos to Chaos, and they still haven't kept KO Oxley down. And now he's progressing forward. He's trying to pull it back for his team. Carter James must be in disbelief. I could have sworn that was it for him. And now the Chaos Twins in a bad situation. They've tried the Chaos to Chaos twice, and it still hasn't worked. But can KO Oxley now turn that kick out into something special? Look at this. Getting from behind. Look at the knockout punch. Knockout punch from KO Oxley. Is that going to be enough? Carter James to break it up. He does it. Carter James and KO Oxley knock off the tag team #1 contenders. What a work. What an amazing tag team display that was from both teams. But Carter James and KO Oxley come out on top of this one in a match that was dominated by the Chaos Twins. But 2 Chaos to Chaos could not wrap it up, and the backstabber there, which we thought might have done it, and it didn't quite. But what a display it was in the second half of that match from KO Oxley and Carter James, who worked together brilliantly as a team the second time round. And this is their first win out of 2 tag team matches, and that's promising signs. Maybe these two do have a future in the tag team division, but the question is, how are they feeling with each other? They shake hands there, but the question is, are these two ready to commit to the tag team division? Are these two ready to go and push for a WIW Fight Night Tag Team title opportunity later down the line? They've already knocked off the #1 contenders. Clearly the GM saw something in them, and they've clearly proven why tonight. Carter and Oxley pull off the win here tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Disappointing loss for the Chaos Twins. Next up tonight, some one-on-one women's action. And we are set to go for this women's matchup. First woman down to the ring, Vicky Valentine. after picking up the most eliminations, or I believe the tied most, in fact, eliminations in the matchup. She is here to take on the women's champion, Laura Stables, here tonight. This is a big opportunity for her. If she can knock off the women's champion, that could easily propel her forward to getting a women's championship shot. Of course, the Fight Night women's roster debuted at Wolfpack in the Outback 2, which was definitely a lot better of a pay-per-view than last time. And Vicky Valentine now has a chance tonight to show her stuff off against the women's champion. But the question is, can she knock off the champion and earn herself a title opportunity? This could be the night for Vicky Valentine if she's able to capitalize. But she's up against tonight some tough competition, of course, because she's up against the actual champion herself, Laura Stables, who we saw last week in a very princessy attire with the crown on. Clearly sees herself as a queen. And wait, what? Wait, that's Laura Stables? No, it's not. That is not Laura Stables. Wait a minute, what? Who is this woman? Apparently, this is your Fight Night Women's Champion, Laura Stables. And she's coming down to the ring here. This is definitely her, but looking very different on her second outing here in WIW. I could have sworn last week she was blonde. This is very weird, but the Fight Night Women's Champion here tonight to make a one-on-one debut, and her debut as champion. Looking very, very different here. Well, this match is about to get underway. The referee rings the bell. Look at this. Stables wasting no time. Going straight for Vicky Valentine. Stomping away on her. Tries to get out of harm's way, but gets clothesline again. What is this? This is a very different side to Laura Stables we used to see. Look at this. End of days. Slap bang in the middle of the ring. Oh, look at this replay. Thunderous impact. In the middle of the ring. And straight out of the gate, it's women's champion exploding here. Trying to wrap this one up, but look at this. Vicky Valentine trying to provide a fight back. But the women's champion just proving to be too chaotic here. She was not prepared for whatever the hell this is. And Laura Stables, the Fight Night Women's Champion, showing a whole new vicious side to it tonight. End of days. And another replay as she crashes to the canvas. Straight into the cover. And the women's champion just destroyed Vicky Valentine. What on earth was that about? Well, Laura Stables, look at the eyes of her. She almost a demon eyes. As she just dismantles Vicky Valentine here tonight. But a very different side to Laura Stables than when she won the title. Maybe she's already let that title success get to her head. And Laura Stables wins her first match as women's champion. She's very excited about that fact. What a win here tonight that was for her. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. She's not done. She is not done. Look at this. Getting a table from under the ring and unleashing on Vicky Valentine. And the referee telling her to stop. Oh, look at this. Now a shot to the referee who tried to get her to stop what she was doing. And now look at this, up on the shoulders. Valentine's in trouble. Oh, onto the chair. What a devastating end to this match. And Laura Stables, the women's champion, sending a message. What on earth has just gotten into Laura Stables? I guess we have to move on down the card. But what a devastating performance that was from this very different side to Laura Stables. I completely forgot that this isn't the main event, but the Vikings of Destiny are out here, ready to take on... No, look at this! Well, they were about to take on the Wolfpack, but the Wolfpack being ambushed at ringside by the Chaos Twins. And look at that! The Wolfpack just laid out on a plate for the Vikings of Destiny by the Chaos Twins. What on earth? Well, the #1 contenders beaten down tonight, so they needed to get an equalizer. And they've put the Wolfpack at a slight disadvantage here tonight. They're saying they're ready to get into the ring and go for it. Then looks like they are. Steve and Loki going to start us off then. And we do have one more match after this. Oh, wait. Look. Oh, okay. I guess not then. I guess Steve was like, nah, you do it. That was hilarious. Okay. But Loki did start us off. And David now starting as the legal man. Steven was just like, nah. And they just switched corners. What an unnecessary thing to do. Anyway, this match is on the way. I mean, the Wolfpack have won before being ambushed. They can do it again here tonight. They are no strangers to beating the odds. The Fight Night Tag Team Champions getting laid out in their entrance tonight by their #1 contenders who have already got taken out tonight in tag team action by Carter James and KO Oxley. And the Wolfpack, surely we're expecting something like this from the Chaos Twins. They already feel that they're the best tag team in WIW, in wrestling, and they were expecting them to try and get an equalizer. Maybe if they watched earlier tonight, they might have anticipated it, because they've come out the gate strong here. But it looks like Loki and Noah are going to try to spoil the fun here. They've got an advantage straight out the gate through the help, but David just powering through it. Of course, remember David picking up the pin that won the main event between the Cottrells and the Wolfpack. Travis will be in main event action tonight. You will see that right after this. But as for right now, David just trying to keep control after we thought they might not get it. And he's doing a great job here. A mid-rope moonsault. Not something we see every day from David. And the Vikings of Destiny, you can see the frustration on their faces there as Noah couldn't get the tag in. You can see the frustration building. They've been losing over the last couple of weeks. And of course, at Wolfpack in the Outback 2, they lost the 3-on-2 handicap match, which lost them a shot at the WIW Fight Night Tag Team titles. They've already lost to the Wolfpack twice in tag team title action. So it is getting frustrating for the Vikings of Destiny, which is why they're resorting to these cheap tactics and strategies to try and pick off the wins. I'm assuming that they had nothing to do with the Chaos Twins helping, but the Chaos Twins getting past their feud with the Vikings of Destiny to concentrate on their new targets, which is the Wolfpack. The referee got knocked down in the process there. I didn't really pay my attention to that. Look at that. And a knee across the jaw. And David now might want to tag out. Oh, look at this. Went to the top corner. He's giving him the space to do that. Steve's in. And after Steve not wanting to start the match off, he's now in the match. Catching the leg there. Beautiful move there. And now look at that. Big Superman punch into a spear. And the big move's coming out. He basically has just done Roman Reigns' entire moveset in the first 3 seconds of his move, of coming into the ring. And now look at this. Look at this. Super kick. Where did that come from? Steve gunning out the gate. Oh, but look at this, Noah. Noah, fresh as a daisy, just shakes it all off. And look at this, Steve still providing a fight. Look at this, the Wolfpack, the Fight Night Tag Team Champions, showing why they are just that. And now look at this, begging him to get back to his feet. Steve already looking to finish this one off. Looking for the pedigree. Is he going to connect? Pedigree. Pedigree. And hooks the leg. That might be a rope break there. The referee hasn't called it, but Loki's going to break it up anyway. And it looks like David's going to deal with Loki as he tosses him back to the outside. And the Wolfpack, look at this. Mid-rope Phoenix splash. And Steve came out the gate gunning there off the tag. Couldn't quite pick up the win, though. You remember, they are weakened. They are hurt due to the interruption of the of their #1 contenders, the Chaos Twins. Remember, at the next pay-per-view, it will be the Chaos Twins versus the Wolfpack. Oh, look at that uppercut. Steve tries to shake it off into the Wolfpack corner, or try to make a tag. He couldn't quite do it. And another counter, this time by Steven on Noah. And the Vikings of Destiny, despite having the easiest start, have really struggled to get going here, but tossing him halfway across the ring to give himself the space to make the tag, and back in comes Loki. Look at this, taking the time to taunt here. And the crowd are not exactly behind the Vikings of Destiny due to the cheap tactics and what they've been doing as of late to both Trevor Jackson and the Chaos Twins in the past. But the Chaos Twins really doing them a solid here tonight, helping them pick up the win. Look at that, Steve tried to crawl away, tried to make the tag, but was unsuccessful in doing so. They didn't let him get there. And look at that, massive boot to the top of the head. To the top of the head? To the top of the head is what I went to say. Oh, look at that. Was looking for the knee, but Stevens managed to shrug it off. And now rolling him up into another super kick. Steven is on fire here tonight. This is an unbelievable showing from the Fight Night Tag Team Champions. And now Steven picking him straight back up. Going to the Wolfpack corner. Oh, and look at this. A thought maybe he was looking for sleeping with the walls, but instead, he's ready to do this himself. Now looking for another Roman Reigns move. Drive-by drop kick. Busting open Loki. And look at this, he's still not done with him. Looking to make an example here and sending a message to the Chaos Twins. Look at him fly, look at that knee across the jaw. And what a display this has been from Steven right out the gate. David started a little slow, but Steven's wasted no time coming into his own here. Oh, look at that, went for a top rope maneuver. Couldn't quite do it, look at this. Oh, and I thought David might have caught him there, but he was just a little too slow. And the Vikings of Destiny able to land that spinning kick from the top turnbuckle. And now look at this, trying to carry that momentum with them. Massive deadlift powerbomb. And now picking him straight back up, maybe looking for the knee again. No, it's going to send him to the Vikings of Destiny corner, and that is equally as dangerous, but Steve with another counter. And now look at this. Oh, and a face buster by Steve. And now Steve, with a full head of steam, sends him to the Wolfpack corner again. This time the tag is made. David back in. Oh, and just crashing him into that corner. And what a display, even blindsided it has been from the Wolfpack. But once again, David straight back in where he left off on the floor, and the tag is made. Back in comes Noah. The Vikings of Destiny are no slouches. They are very hard men to keep down, although as of late, teams are finding more and more ways to do it. Of course, Noah suffering a recent back injury, which has kept him out of action for a little bit of time at the hands of the Wolfpack. So I'm sure he's eager tonight to get some revenge, but you can feel the effects of that back injury still lingering, and it's really affected their results as of late. And now David just trying to keep control, and it doesn't matter what the Chaos Twins seem to do, the Wolfpack are able to keep control. And the Vikings of Destiny, despite getting the early help, have not managed to maintain control. Straight into the cover. Is David going to get it here? It's a 2 count. Very close there. And look at that. Steve managed to stop Loki in his tracks, who was taking quite a beating here. But look at this now to Steve, and there's a Samoan drop. And now look at this. Up on the shoulders. Looking for it. Power driver. Oh my God. Busted open David. And where the hell did that come from? Tag made. And he might go for the cover straight away here if he was wise. No, look at this. Looking to make the Wolfpack pay for all the damage that they have caused. And this might have been what the Chaos Twins wanted, to try and eliminate one of the threats straight out the gate. And now look at this. Oh, and David right to the top of the skull where he's already bleeding. And the Vikings of Destiny have him right where he wants him. Steve's nowhere in nowhere's land to make a tag. And a massive knee from the Vikings of Destiny. Oh, but look at this. David still trying to fight back. Still trying to do something here for his tag team partner. He really needs to make a tag, but Steve's still down on the outside from the Samoan drop from Loki. Oh, and now might want to consider tagging out here, but his partner's no worse for wear. He's exhausted on the outside. And oh, and another shot to the stomach. And now picking him up, sending him to the Vikings of Destiny corner. This is not where David would want to be. Tag made. And now looking for the beheading. The beheading from the Vikings of Destiny. David's been beheaded. Is it going to be enough, though, to win up the match? Yes, it is. Steve couldn't get there in time, and the Vikings of Destiny knock off the tag team champions. Well, you've got to credit the assist to the Chaos Twins, who did probably more of the damage than anything, but it was the beheading at the end that won it for the Vikings of Destiny. Steve put up a great fight, but David just struggled. This was the turning point. Once Steven was dealt with there in that background Samoan drop, it was all over, and then that devastating pile driver from out of nowhere then turned the tide, and it ended right here with the beheading. And the Vikings of Destiny finally bounced back with a win. Unfortunately for them, all it's going to get them is some momentum. But for the Chaos Twins, that's going to help them and make their job by beating the tag team champions just that little bit easier. But the Wolfpack, you know, as I'm sure you all know by now, will have something up their sleeves. They're planning for revenge, because they are not going to let them have these tag team titles idly. So, can the Wolfpack do the Wolfpack have an answer for the Chaos Twins? I guess we'll have to find out next week, but it's time for tonight's main event. Well, coming down to the ring now is Trevor Jackson, but he's not scheduled for tonight's main event. I guess he has something to say just before that then, I guess. Trevor Jackson coming off a victory in a 3-on-2 handicap match against the Vikings of Destiny. Of course, didn't really even get involved in that matchup. It was the Chaos Twins that did all the work. So I guess Trevor Jackson coming to express his feelings about that one. Well, the mic is in his hands, so I guess we'll hand over to him and see what he has to say. But judging by that pacing walk, he kind of looks a little frustrated, but I guess we'll hand over to him to see what he really has to say. At Wolfpack in the Outback 2, the Chaos Twins beat the Vikings of Destiny so bad that I didn't even have to come into the match. At first I was upset because I so badly wanted my revenge, but then I realised I'm free to move on with my career knowing they won't attack me again. I can now finally push to do what I always wanted to do and push for a title match. Oh, wait a minute, look at this! Someone's music's just cut him off. I don't recognise the music though. Who is that? Oh, it's John Cutter. What's he doing down here? Playing to a different song. That's definitely not a good sign. I have a feeling that we might have already seen the end of John Carr and El Murica then. Of course, at the pay-per-view, these two collided heads, and John Cutter clearly walked out on top, and El Murica left in the hospital. He's out for quite some time with a back injury. We are believing that it's quite serious, but John Cutter, as we saw at that match, absolutely dismantled his former partner. And now he's out here tonight to address Trevor Jackson. So I guess we'll hand the mic over to him and see what he has to say. But look at the face of Trevor Jackson. He is not pleased about being cut off right there. Let's see what John Cutter has to say. You and I are very similar. I was also freed from the people who held me back at Wolfpack in the Outback. Difference between you and me is I have a future in this company. I was here long before you showed up, and I'll be here long after you're gone. So if I were you, I'd stay out of my way, because my rise to the top of WIW starts now, and I'll destroy anyone who gets in my way. Yeah, we are pretty similar, because like you, I ain't gonna be pushed around anymore. So don't you dare come down here and think that I'm gonna let you stomp all over me. You want me to get out of your way? You're gonna have to move me. Are you threatening me? I'll tell you what, meet me here in the ring next week, and then I will shut that big mouth of yours. You've been warned though. I won't just move you out of my way, I'll toss you out of my way, and right into your grave. Please, I ain't scared of you. I accept your challenge. But don't come crying to me when I embarrass you and put an end to your career before it's even taken off. See you next week, loser. There we go, next week we've already got a match sorted between these two. Two very different styles, but very similar in a lot of ways, as they were saying. And next week these two are going to collide in the ring, and we'll see how that one goes. But we do have to move on to the actual main event now, so let's move on down the rest of the card. Main event time, and Original Brad's out here to take on Travis, but look at this! King Sam says no! Just gonna ambush Travis straight away! And I thought maybe these two would be done with each other after Wolfpack in the Outback. King Sam, on what was supposed to be his night off, had other ideas. And now Brad's got himself a little bit of an advantage here, and asking if Travis is going to be okay to compete. He's gonna do it. I guess he's going to take off his suit maybe though first? Okay, no, okay, going straight in with the suit, okay. No hesitation there, okay. And it looks like Original Brad might now feel the wrath of Travis, who is now very angry after being beaten down over the last couple of weeks. His whole world has been falling apart as of late. First, of course, being kicked out the Wolfpack, then trying to get some revenge on the Wolfpack, which ended up failing. And then, of course, he lost the trust of his brothers after failing to beat the Wolfpack for a second consecutive time. It is no wonder whatsoever that he is angry and frustrated, and of course now he's being attacked tonight by King Sam right when he thought that he could maybe, just maybe, move past the Wolfpack. But it looks like now The Wolfpack with an equally as big of a mission to destroy Travis as Travis's mission to destroy them, and a beautiful knee into a discus clothesline there combination. And as for Brad, this match is for him as well. He's trying to bounce back after a really disappointing defeat to Big Willie. Look at that. Did you see the tears in his suit from where he knows he shouldn't be wrestling in it? And yeah, he's just too pissed off to do anything about it. He's just going into the ring full guns blazing here, trying to do the damage. Oh, look at this. Big counter, and now to the corner. Travis is in a spot of trouble. Remember, Travis already been beaten down and crashed into the steel steps by King Sam to start this one off. And see, King Sam, of course, was taking the night to celebrate. Look at this. Look at this. Boston Crab. Oh, and he's managed to crawl to the ropes. Brad releases. But Travis ripping his suit the more he's fighting. But look at this. Taking the time to taunt. Still, even now, after all the low points he's hit in his career, still taking the time to taunt. And now look at this, trying to provide a fight back here on original Brad. Look at that. Beautiful overhead Pele kick. And Brad once again in a bit of trouble here and might be going for an early exit. Axe kick to the back of the head. There's an axe kick. Turning him around straight into the cover. Brad might be in a lot of trouble here. Is this match already over? Travis knocks him off in a matter of minutes. And Travis feels... Travis attacked straight out the gate, but gets revenge on Sam by picking up the win there. But clearly, this isn't done. It looks like Travis and Sam are still ready to keep fighting. The question is the title going to be on the line this time? I don't know what's going on between these two, but the Cottrells and the Wolfpack, the feud continues to boil between these two. And what a quick way to end what was probably a very short show under the circumstances. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment your thoughts and feelings on today's show. And I hope you guys enjoyed the double uploads to keep us back on track. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.